Hello fun people, I'm Isaac Carlson, and over the last few years, I've been lucky enough to have hundreds and thousands of people supporting me on my journey to become a Disney YouTuber. But today, I need to make an adjustment and put myself in the best position to succeed and start something different. I'm starting a vlog, and today I want to explain why I'm doing that, and hopefully have you understand where I'm coming from going forward. For me, it's just gotten to a point with making videos where I've become really unhappy. And that's something that's really kind of difficult to articulate when it seems like being on YouTube should always be a dream job. For me, it's felt like I've been kind of pushing myself into a corner and creating these invisible walls of the things that I can and cannot talk about, and the way that I can showcase it, and the way that I'm able to articulate myself and show myself off. There's been times where I just feel like I can't actually be who I am, and I need to play up into this Watso persona that I created for myself. And that's been really difficult. The YouTube realm is one that rewards very diligently created, sensational content that is, highly entertaining, highly clickable, with long duration of view time. And that's something that I completely understand and completely have empathy for the YouTube algorithm. Like, it makes sense that that's the way the content needs to be created. But for me, it's become more and more difficult to do things like that within this really narrow way. And when I can't, and that makes it even more difficult when I feel like I can't explore myself and the topics that I share online. And so that's where this type of idea of a vlog kind of ties in, that I need to figure out a way to be able to showcase myself more in these videos. And we're going to be able to talk about, things like Disney over the duration that I have this type of series. I don't know how long it's going to go on or what type of videos will be made, but it's just going to be a show where we can interact with one another and you can see a deeper side of me. It's going to be a shift that I know might not feel very natural or logical, and I know for a fact that this doesn't really make a lot of logical sense business-wise, and that's a really difficult thing for me to internalize. Now, saying all of this, I want to articulate that I am very grateful to the millions of people that have watched all of my videos and have continued to support me over the years. My patrons, the people that watch all of my videos, I know that there's people that are out there. The people that went and watched some of my early Star Wars videos and have been around ever since then. That I'm absolutely grateful for everything that all of those people have done. For me, it's absolutely changed my perspective on life. Having this YouTube channel is absolutely the reason that I believe that I can do anything in my life, because I've been able to achieve something that I never thought would be possible. The thing is, for me, is that I don't want to stop talking about Disney. Disney is still something that I absolutely cherish in my life. For the longest time, I have been doing things that are really transactional in nature. Content where it's I present something and people watch, and they don't come necessarily for me or my personality or who I am or to hear my opinions. It's mainly to hear about the topic that they're interested in. So if someone's a really big Lion King fan, they'll primarily watch my Lion King videos, but anything that doesn't relate to that, people don't watch. So we've kind of reached this point where I've been trying to create this environment where we are discussing Disney on a frequent basis, but I've really focused in on providing that transactional content, which means that my personality is very limited to be able to come through, especially when it's talking about Disney, because I feel like I've got a responsibility to behave in a certain way when I'm presenting something. I want it to feel like it's coming from the company, but that limits what everyone can see from me. And that feels weird. Watso doesn't feel like me. It feels like a persona that was built up to do this transactional content where I discuss Disney. And so my question has been for a while now, how do I fit into my content? It's kind of been a long journey to discover this kind of persona being built up, but it initially was kind of identified when family and friends and people that I would meet that originally saw my videos would recognize in me that I'm behaving kind of differently than I typically would in real life. People would even say that I have like a Watso voice of how I talk in real life versus how I behave in videos. And so I could tell that over time this persona was being built up. And at first I didn't think it was any big deal. I remember learning that Walt Disney had this kind of trouble too, that there was movies and stories and things that he wanted to work on in his life, but he felt restrained in by his Uncle Walt persona. And I thought, oh, that would be fine for me to be able to do too, because at least my legacy online would be something that was positive and uplifting. And that was able to be successful for a period of time. But the issue is that as time continues to go on, especially as my content doesn't continue to blow up as much as it did at the beginning, I'm suddenly able to start seeing that I'm not really opening up myself to be able to build a relationship with everyone that watches me. You know, and to be honest, the thing is for me is I don't love hearing about people talk about the YouTube algorithm. I want to be able to take accountability for what I create and the success or lack thereof when it comes to pass. And, you know, not try to internalize it as something that's a reflection of me, but at the same time, it's also my actions that influence what happens with my channel. And so the thing is though, is that the reality is that I don't feel like I can talk about my struggles on YouTube without acknowledging YouTube as the platform that I'm posting on. When there's a lack of success and a lack of satisfaction, that's when you start to reevaluate truly what you're doing. And that's kind of what's happened with me. Is that I feel like at this point, I want to succeed doing something that I truly am happy with all the time, or at least more than it has been. And I've been feeling like I've been grinding away, that this persona and these restrictions of content are making me less happy. And suddenly the dream job doesn't feel like that as much anymore when that occurs. And so that's when I really have internalized over a period of time that there needs to be a shift that happens. And I didn't know what that was going to be, if that was going to be creating a different channel or, you know, trying different things on this channel or focusing on different social media platforms. And I think it's going to be a combination of those things that's going to happen to try to make everything work a bit better together. But the idea of documenting what I'm working on, thinking about, and getting excited gets me really happy to think about that, because I think it opens up the ability to be more transparent of who I am, be able to share more of my interests, and hopefully be able to build a stronger community together. Honestly, if there was no pandemic, this year, I would absolutely be wanting to go to Disneyland and Disney World. I love being able to go and experience the parks and be able to absorb the stories. I'm going to watch the new Olaf short, no matter how much I think it seems like kind of like a Lion King 1.5 for Frozen. I'm going to continue to watch these things and enjoy them. And guess what? I'm sure I'm still going to be able to share them on the channel. That's something that I still want to be able to do. Just for me, it's just something that I don't want to be forced to do. And I don't want to continue to have to do it in a format that I've kind of crafted for myself. Something else that I think is important to note is that choosing a topic and defining your niche and Targeting an audience is the best way to succeed on YouTube. Becoming known for something is super important, and people have been able to create powerful communities around those specific topics like Star Wars Theory and Super Carlin Brothers, and I am proud of the community that we've built so far on Watso Videos. But at the same time, since I know I'm not happy, I know that I need to make an adjustment. Similarly to how I know when my my set in my office is filled with used bagel plates and garbage and things that I need to go and recycle, I need to put them away because I want to put myself in the best position to succeed. I want to make sure that I'm putting my ducks in a row and getting everything organized so that I can continue to go down the path that I really want to. And if I'm not happy doing something, that's a moment where I know that I need to make an adjustment and I need to take action to get everything in order. Just like how when things are dirty, you need to start cleaning up. Once that switch kind of goes off in my head, that's always an indicator that something needs to change. And this is one of those times is that I don't think I'll be able to continue just doing the same thing over and over again. I really need this. Recently, I've incorporated what I do as a YouTuber. I made a corporation, an LLC, a limited liability corporation around my YouTube channel. And when I made it, I didn't call it Watso Videos LLC or Watso Corporation or Watso Company or something like that when I was making the entity. I called it Isaac Carlson Productions because I want it to be able to be something that's open to me creating something over the duration of my life. And I think that's something that I need to do more on this actual YouTube channel. Is while I want to be able to succeed on social media, I want to be able to be the biggest YouTuber I can possibly be, and have all of those crazy cool YouTube opportunities. I've gotten some in the past for what the work that I've done thus far. I mean, the highlight of my YouTube career, other than getting to do this every single day, and to be able to have the opportunities that I do and be able to work on this, is getting flown to Disney World to promote Kingdom Hearts 3. That was absolutely mind-blowing. That was an opportunity I was able to have in my life, and I'm excited that there's the possibility of having those more in the future. But I also need to make sure that my happiness today is invested in as well. And so that's kind of where we're at. That this vlog, this series, will be a way to break the mold that I've created for myself over the last few years, and to be able to put a bit more Isaac Carlson embedded into what I'm doing. I recorded like a 40-minute video or 40 minutes of footage of me kind of sitting down and ranting about all these topics. But I took a step back, I sat down and went through my thought process with a bit of a cooler head. I still think this is more of my voice than I've ever really given on the channel. I think that's going to be something that becomes clearer and clearer, is you're going to be speaking more to me than Watso, and I think that kind of like persona is going to dissolve a lot more, and we're going to be seeing where all of this takes us. Thank you for watching, everyone, for all of the support over the years, and I hope you have a very magical day.